Meow, meow, meow. Pop out, chat. Don't move the microphone. Jesus Christ, cat. Alrighty. I think I'm ready. It is Monday. I had just a few minutes to set everything up because I was kind of preoccupied. It is 84 degrees right now outside. It's funny, about a week ago we had snow. Anyway, it's Monday and this is WriterSanctuary's After Hours. I need to come up with a better intro. This is Shadow. Being a pain in my butt. I am live, right? Says so. So we're gonna trust it, I guess. So today we're gonna do another cop out of what I'm doing this week. I'm starting to think maybe I should just do a weekly vlog. And that's because I didn't really get a chance to do a lot of stuff last week. One of them being setting up the spreadsheet of ideas for the show. You quit moving. Damn it. Stop. Oh. Oh. Anywho. What is that? You you are being a handful. I didn't make a video earlier today, so I guess she has to make up for it. Anyway, it is Monday, and today we're going to go over my plan for the week. It's pretty much the same plan that I had last week. We're going to hopefully come up with some ideas of how we can actually make things happen. And I have a couple other new things I'd like to throw in there. So we're going to give this a few minutes here before we get started. Sean Gregory will be on the show next week. He's a fantasy author. What is these? And away goes the cat. I'm still working on the plan. Yep, that's what we're doing. We're still working on the plan. I don't know. I got quite a bit done today. I'm in the middle of rewriting the keyword tools article. For some reason, I got all jacked up coding wise in WordPress. I don't know why or how. So rewriting that one. And then I have two other ones I want to get done for next week. But so far, the blog has been on schedule. And for the past week and a half, so has the YouTube channel. If I can get something out on Wednesday, that'd be great. That's a streak. Do I need to sneeze again? But I have some fun ideas for the YouTube channel this week. I'm going to have somebody help me with setting up the collaboration video for Reedsy so you can see how it works. You already know because you're a collaborator on it, but it's kind of cool from my perspective because it shows colors of all the different people who connect, and then it shows a color bar on the chapter that they're on. So it's kind of neat. So I want to play around with some of the settings in that for the collaboration. Yeah, so a bunch of fun ideas. At least I think so anyway. I was kind of getting a little bit upset there for a while because the entire channel as a whole has been decreasing in traffic exponentially. In fact, it's dropping below minimum of what I need to keep monetized. So kind of stressed a bit. Then I went through and looked at a ton of other authors off of Social Blade and vidIQ. And statistically speaking, all writing channels kind of took a hit this month. So I don't feel so bad. I think it's got to be a seasonal thing. Normally at the beginning of the year, things pick up mostly because the New Year's Eve or New Year's resolution crowd who want to start the new life with being a writer or even losing weight. And Crossing Colorado sees it every January. So traffic usually picks up at around, I want to say about August, September, and then dies off shortly after March. So there's like this hump of when the writing channel usually does better. So I'm not overly stressed, especially since I saw how many other writers lost traffic. So I'm talking um, Megan Grant, Jordan McHale, Income School even lost traffic. So um, it's got to be a seasonal thing. We all lost about roughly the same, between 25 and 30% of views. So it is what it is. The fun of having a YouTube channel, I guess. Diana says, "Hey, Michael, I don't feel great about life right now. I feel like I made a mistake. Uh-oh. Welcome to my world. I make mistakes on a daily basis." Actually, I've been doing fairly well recently, so can't really say I make a lot of mistakes though. I'm still working on trying to keep the top spinning, but it's really cool. Um, the blog is back on track, and the YouTube channel is getting there. And as soon as I get the weekly videos ahead of time, then I'll move on to my next goal. And I have like a checklist of everything in my domo of what I want to do. So I did getting the blog back on schedule was one. The second one is the YouTube channel, and then the third one is getting back to Monday through Wednesday writing sprints. Still debating on doing them Monday through Friday, and just using Tuesdays and Thursdays to experiment with writing apps. Like this week, I plan on experimenting with Focuswriter, and I was going to do that with the writing sprint on Thursday. I think I'll be working on 7, so I want to get it done. That's on Wattpad. So I figured I could throw 7 into some of these writing apps to review them, give them a proper shakedown, write a blog post, and make a video. Yeah, I wish I had stayed with my original writing position instead of leaving to get my master's and take a loan out. Now I'm in debt, and my new job requires me to pay for the Lyft every day. Oof. Yeah. It's one of the biggest problems that I have with loans is I'm getting too old to pay a loan. So I don't want to be paying on my loan until I'm 90. So any way I can do it without having to take out a loan is ideal. And luckily the classes here at CU aren't that expensive, I guess. $4.64 I think per credit hour. I would need, I think, like $8 and something cents extra per day, which is not really a lot. So if I can get the YouTube channel and the blog to make up the difference, then those can pay for my classes. I just really don't want a loan. Oh, can I feel better? I wish I could go back in time. Unfortunately, you can't. Can't bend the space-time continuum. Well, just try to focus on the positive of getting your master's. What the things that could happen in the meantime. What kind of things you would like to see come from it. Copy, create, and connect. Can't stick around, but popping in to leave a like. Thank you very much. Hope everyone has a good night. See you next time. Well, that was fast. Well, thank you for stopping by. It's all good. You have a gnat on your neck. Hold on. You are the most. Okay, where's my brush? There it is. Okay, hold on. She has a huge gnat right here, so we can brush it out. Oop, oop. It's funny. About 2 years ago, there's no way I would have been able to get a brush anywhere near her. But it took months and months of me gently bringing the brush into things. There we go. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. Big clump. That's a good girl. Penumbra. Hey, how's it going, Maggie? We were just talking about some of the cool things I had going on this week. Just started actually. First of all, Thursday, I set aside, was it Thursday or Friday? I set aside a block of time specifically to work on the spreadsheet for live streams. So I have topics instead of just crapping out and saying, this is what I'm doing this week. Makes me feel bad. Like I'm failing you. There's times where I'm thinking I should just do a weekly vlog and say the hell with it. The week in the life of a writer who's under an immense amount of stress. Finalizing my copy for next release. Awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on feedback from beta readers to see if I'm done. I don't think anybody's read it though. That's okay. I'm still working on the book cover, so y'all have plenty of time still. That's one of the things I'm doing this week is seeing if I can add the final touches to the book cover. I like the concept, and so would like to kind of polish it up a bit. And I think I might have to change a few things because I'll get sued otherwise. Because I used an asset that's not necessarily mine. It's not AI. It's just I stole it from a painting. So I'm gonna have to come up with a different plan. It's an old painting. I don't know if it's that old. Is it considered Creative Commons? Stress sponsoring a coffee sucking editor mode engaged. Nice. As far as I know, I'm hoping my edits are done. I'm going to go through it one more time and put some final touches on it, I'm sure, because I did that with Kingmaker too. Like with Kingmaker, I added like, what was it, 12,000 words to the book by the time it was published. So far, I'm up to, I think I added 5,000 to Shadows so far. Because I write light. So my goal is just to get the first draft done, and then I go back through and add the details. So either I don't purposely write light, but when I'm just hammering shit out, I don't want to have to worry about going back and adding details and stuff, because I know I'm going to do that in the edits anyway. So I'm just trying to get the story out as best I can. And then when I go through and add the extras, that's where 12,000 words comes from. And I think I'm going to have to wind up adding a lot to Fury. That's a big book. Do you believe that it's possible to truly make a mistake, or is life all about perspective? Well, that's a good question, actually. I guess it would come down to perspective. Not all things that you think are mistakes wind up being mistakes. Sometimes those mistakes wind up putting you in a far better position than you were in before. So I've got a lot of those where I thought that I made a mistake, and turned out that if it wasn't for making that mistake, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I guess it would be a matter of perspective. Copyright is currently life of artist plus 70 years, or up to 120 years total, as current law stands. I don't know if it's that old. I must look it up. I gotta remember where the hell I got the image from, because it was a schooner and I stole it. I'm thinking about just getting models of the assets I have on the book cover and taking pictures, because the only one that's not is him. I put him in a cloak and he's on the cover, and he's also on the glass that I made for the merch store. If you click on I believe the merch shelf is below the video, and you can see that I made a tumbler with his picture on it. It came out brilliant. Oh, I love it. And I did such a good job. That was all Photoshop, baby. I love Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop since 1995. I've done some cool shit. And that was probably, I don't know, that's probably one of the better things I've done in Photoshop. And I even put the Titanic on the moon. So, yeah. But let's make sure that we're not going to be using a painting that's going to wind up getting me sued. That'd suck. Anywho. But yeah, I would like to set up a spreadsheet for ideas for the Monday shows. when I don't have an author. And I was thinking maybe a few webinar type shows, maybe where it's more instructional. Done a couple of those in the past, like a couple of years ago. And the one I did for advanced ads on how to put advanced ads in WordPress, that one still generates a lot of traffic. So I think maybe more webinar type things, maybe how to's. Oh, we can do a webinar on using Readsy. Oh, well, I've done so many videos on it though. I don't know. There's a lot of things I would like to do with it. Um, but I would like to have something that's more interactive because I love hanging out and chatting with you guys and answering questions and just hanging out and getting knuckered up. So, cheers. Oh, but yeah, if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see on the live stream, feel free to leave a comment or on this video or pretty much anything else. Leave a comment on the blog, use the contact form on the blog, whatever. I'm trying to come up with some things that people would actually like to watch. Being or having a writing channel in general as an old man just doesn't get the same attraction as some of these other ones do. I'm not a hot chick. I firmly believe that. But I'm not a hot chick. So I'm not. Anyway. And we talked about getting the channel a week ahead of schedule. It means if I make a video every day for the rest of the week, that's Tuesday through Saturday. I had to get to do one today. We had a couple of extenuating circumstances that kind of screwed up my plan, but we can still do it on Saturday. So as long as I do tomorrow's video for Wednesday, so if I do a new video and schedule them throughout the week every day until Saturday, then it'll be a week ahead. Cool thing is that any members of the YouTube channel get to see those videos as soon as I publish them. So eventually you get to see them a week ahead of schedule. I'm trying to think of some other cool things too for members. As soon as I get more merch up, I want to do discount codes and members only community tab posts, but I'm still trying to work out the details of that. But that's going to be one of the cool things is getting ahead, because as soon as the blog and the YouTube channel are ahead, then that releases 2, 4, 6 chunks of six 2-hour blocks of time. Quite a bit of time is what it opens up. So we can always talk about different world building styles, plotting versus pantsing and pantsing methods, or methods of editing and rewriting. Yeah, I could also do something world building. When we did the world building 101 at Barnes and Noble in January, we do something similar to that too. Plotting versus planting versus pantsing. I am a plotter through and through. For me, it's one of the reasons why I don't have writer's block ever. I think a big part of that's because I have it all planned. Now, sometimes characters do their own thing in a book, and I have to reorganize the outline. I had to re-outline Kingmaker like 5 or 6 times because things changed. But I'm still able to focus on it, and I didn't have any problems. Now, I have been a pantser before where I just write by the seat of my pants. Some of them were a little bit more weird than others. My imagination kind of takes things for a ride. But I've never done the planting. Well, I mean, planting is just a mixture of pantsing and being a plotter. So like a lot of people just use a single sentence of what they want that chapter to be, kind of like an overview. So there's so many methods. Do you use story beats, plot points, story acts? How many of those in a story? I've never used story beats. I know what they are, but I've never used them. Plants away, father. Plot points, definitely. Story acts, no. I don't think I've ever done a story act either. But I do plot points throughout the book. I am mostly a plantser. I lose plot, then write, and nothing is set in stone for me. Ah, so yeah, I have specific scenes that I want in the book. Now, with the exception of Kingmaker, I wrote the ending first because I knew how that book was going to end. There was only one way it was going to end, and so I wrote the ending first, and then I went through and wrote everything to match. Um, but like I have outlines of things in brackets of certain scenes, dialogue, characters that I want in the book. But like I said, sometimes characters will do something different, or the story will change a bit, and so I have to re-outline it and then make it all match again, which is kind of fun for me actually. My plot is basically a tourist brochure. It is all the scenes I want, but not necessary to order. They will drop in. Yeah, I write it out of order. It's not the same thing, but there's times where I'll be writing and I'm like, I want certain this here, but it has to be referenced like 5, 6 chapters later. So I'll write that scene like out, and then like Kingmaker was all over the map. Um, I wrote the ending first. Went to by chapter 3, I went back and revamped the ending a little bit because things changed throughout the first 3 chapters, and then um, I went back and forth several times throughout the chapters, writing different parts. Worked for me though. I also write the then ending and everyone's death scenes as I am building. And then Joe gets hit with a brick in the face. Janet gets torched by a car on fire as it careens off of a cliff. I don't do that. I don't go that far. I just like the ending. I knew how I was going to end the book. Um, and with Fury, I know how the ending is going to go in Fury, and I've already kind of wrote some of it, but I've left some of it open because I know things are going to change with the next 2 chapters that are going to be going into it. Shadows of Atlantic City, I didn't jump around at all. It was um, the outline was kind of like a straight conscious flow of thought, and I just went from beginning to end with that one. But it was really cool. I love Shadows. I can't wait to get it up. It's a great book. At least I think so. Of course, you always have to love what you write, and I do. When I was drafting the world and plot for Relic of Time, I had scenes written for books that were so far ahead of the book I was writing. I outlined the entire series during book 3. Yeah, well, like Kingmaker, I know the Witcham Chronicles are going to be at least 4 books at the very minimum, and I have outlined parts of 2, 3, and 4 because they're going to be referenced from the first book, and so. And like with Fury, I had a lot more in Fury because there was a lot more characters that I'm keeping track of. And so, for continuity's sake, I got to make sure that I reference certain things correctly. So I do have quite a bit plotted out for book 3 and 4. And I'm 95,000 words, almost 95,000, into Fury. So my trilogy became 18 books. Hey, I have a feeling that once I'm done with Kingmaker, with the Witcham Chronicles, I'm not going to end it with that world because I love the world that I'm building for it. So I'm fairly sure it's going to be more than 3 books or 4 books. It's going to be 4. Technically, it's going to be 7 because 3 of them are on Wattpad. So, yeah, it's but I was thinking about doing different stories from different areas of the world. They might reference the events that happen in Witcham, but standalone books themselves. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Um, I can see running into my trilogy, my quadrilogy. Yeah, I guess a 7. So I don't know what that is. There's going to be a lot of books if I get time to work on them, because I still have to pay my mortgage. Relic of Time War is on Wattpad in 7 books, but now it is much bigger. Yeah, don't you have a lot of your stuff on Inkitt too, or was that a different author I wasn't thinking of? No, I thought you had a bunch of stuff on Inkitt, right? I actually have a Wattpad page just for yeah, sweet. I put everything on mine. Wattpad and Inkitt both. Yes, yeah, I thought so. I think I follow your Inkitt. I don't know if I follow your Wattpad. I'll have to check. It's been a while since I've been on Wattpad. That's finishing up 7, and that's on Wattpad. And then as soon as the dust settles, whenever that'll be, I want to get back into Despair. I'm recording the audiobook for Despair for YouTube on Creative Sanctuary's YouTube channel. And I'm thinking about rewriting and re-recording the Despair series. And would love to get back into that. But yeah, I would like to do more with Wattpad and Inkitt. In fact, one of the stories that's kind of relevant to Witcham Chronicles is on Inkitt, at least the first chapter of it. I need to flesh it out a bit. It's not necessarily the origin story of one of the characters per se. Well, I guess kind of is. Depends on how far back you want to think about it. I'm currently publishing Wildflowers by Moonlight, a Werecow and Wolf novel. A Werecow. That sounds fun. By both Inkitt and Wattpad. Awesome. A Werecow. Yeah. That'd be would he look like a Minotaur? The origins of the Minotaur. Oh, something else I'm doing this week is working on continuing to work on World Anvil. I've been toying with the idea of making games in between the books. I've talked about that before, and I was working on the dialogue this last weekend, and I think I still think it's a great idea. I just wish I had more time to dump into making the game, but it started me thinking I can really start fleshing out the entire world on World Anvil. And I went ahead and paid for it, so I need to start making some videos and blog posts about it so it's worth the money. Ad revenue. Actually, the video I have up of using the free version is like in the top 10 for my channel. And that wasn't anything special. That's just looking at the free tools. So I'll be diving more into World Anvil this week and hopefully make some more videos about it soon. Where cattle had cow and human forms and sometimes a minotaur mid-form. Rare cattle. That's nice. I like that. Well, cool. And that one is on Wattpad? Or is that on your Inkitt? Having or not having a mid-form was the reason for the Great Cattle War 50 years earlier than the story takes place. Sweet. I wish Neil was here. She can put the link for you. Hey, Sam's here. How's it going? I know how's it going because I talked to it 30 minutes ago. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, trying to get more merch for the storefront is something else I want to toy with this week. I'm so excited because I want to really try to flesh out putting Kingmaker on a throw blanket. And possibly the picture from the Wraith from Shadows of Night City. So, and Neo's here. Oh, you are here. Okay. I was gonna say if you can link. I'm not sure if Maggie said where her cattle was going to be on Inkitt or Wattpad, but if you can find it, that'd be great. Just link it. That'd be cool. I need to get merch for a store and for a convention, but I don't have the spoons for it right now. Yeah. I lost all my spoons, figuratively and literally. We had to replace all of our spoons with plastic. Right now, I've got like a bunch of McDonald's yellow spoons. It's because my kids lost them all. They have Clash of Clans as a game, which I played on it. Oh, wow, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I remember that one. It's on both Inkitt and Wattpad. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I'm working on the Neverwinter module right now for in between Kingmaker and Fury, and the way it's going to work is that the games themselves can be standalones, but there's going to be Easter eggs thrown both directions, and so um, you'd get more out of it if you read, play, but you don't have to. They can work just fine by themselves without it. It's been a lot of fun. I love doing dialogue for games. I wrote an article about it. I think it comes out Friday about doing dialogue and developing a plot in a really good game is similar to writing a book. The writers for good games, that's where it's at. So, or for a gaming title anyway. Unless you're into mindless violence, in which case it doesn't matter. But plot development, especially dialogue, you get some good actors to act those parts out. So I'm not just writing books, I'm writing everything. That's why the blog covers freelancing, blogging, and self-publishing. And probably soon, screenplay writing. So the classes I'll be taking, hopefully, in August with CU, because I decided to switch and see if I can go to University of Colorado. And luckily, I don't have to. I can stick with the creative writing bachelor's degree because there's 5 electives for it, and the 5 classes that I want from the English rhetoric class is I can add them to it. So really looking forward to that. So all kinds of excited. And then I'm gonna make videos on just about everything I learned. One of the biggest things I'm really excited for though is to compare the Reedsy Masterclass against a college education to see which one, if it's worth the money or not. So that's going to be a lot of fun for me anyway, because I'm a dork. But who knows? It might save somebody money or might convince somebody to get their master's. Only time will tell. Unfortunately, it's going to be. Let's see, I'm a quarter of the way through my bachelor's degree. So probably I'll be 54, 53, 54 by the time I get my master's. And then depending on how funding goes, I might just say to hell with it and go for my PhD just so I can be called doctor. And get a PhD in English literature. That would be fun. Can you imagine me with a PhD? Want to take a class on converting novels to mangas or animes? I'm not a big fan of anime. Like there's some animes I don't mind, but for the most part, it's just hammy overacting that drives me nuts. I just don't like them. I did like, I did like Avatar, um, and I like some classic anime like Vampire Hunter D, Fist of the North Star. I couldn't get into Dragon Ball. I tried. It pissed me off. Cartoons shouldn't make me angry. What's another one? I haven't seen Sword Art Online, but I heard that I would probably like it. I did like Castlevania on Netflix. I think that's about all that I liked. I can't think of any more offhand. It is what it is. Everybody has their cup of tea. Anime just isn't for me. But if you can get that, that'd be kind of cool. If you can find that, that'd be interesting. I know a lot of people that would probably take it. I know a lot of people that like animes. I wouldn't mind learning how to convert them. So my focus though is I really want to get into screenplay writing and doing more videos on YouTube as soon as I get a better camera and try my acting chops. Probably not. I don't know, guess we'll find out. I've always thought I'd make a great director. I'm currently watching the Apothecary Diaries, Delicious in Dungeon, Battle Through the Heavens, and Solo Leveling. I heard Solo Leveling was really good too. I haven't seen it yet. And hey, look at that. Neo with the Inkitt link. Good job, Neo. See, I wish I could pay you. I would. If I had money. But alas, I have emergencies and um mortgages to pay. Hopefully, things will start picking up for the better. I could really use with less drama in my life. Um, let's see. I'll be trying new software during the sprints. I do plan on having a sprint Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but that's going to be kind of tentative because I don't know. I know I have some doctor's appointments, but I don't remember when. So if I'm not on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that's probably why. But I would love to. I think Friday's my daughter's graduation too, so I don't know how early I'll have to do that. So we'll have to see. But one of my plans this week is to play around with um, Focus Writer while writing 7. I'll be doing that through in the middle of a writing sprint. And there was one more thing I was going to do for the sprint. I can't remember what the hell it was. It's in Asana, so that's why. See that right there. That is why I use Asana and have to write everything down because I'm going to forget. Love Asana. Been using it since 2017, and most of the time I still forget. I'm old. It helps that I am subscribed to you, Maggie. Hey, there you go. See, I don't. I don't know if I have in check. I think I might have joined you on Inkitt, but I don't know if I did on Wattpad. Do you have her link for Wattpad? Oh, subscribe to an author. I don't have anybody on my Inkitt. Oh, motherfucker. All right, well, let's do this. Bam. Where are you at? Penumbra? And oh, it says I'm following. Why did maybe is it not a subscription then? I don't know what that is. Where's my profile? No. No. I don't know. Does it like show? How come it doesn't show who you're following? I really need to spend some time on Inkitt and figure out how to use it. My achievements. I keep all my Wattpad Inkitt stuff for free because it's just the draft. Yeah, that's like I'm still like the rough drafts I'll still keep, but I like using Wattpad and Inkitt. The story on Inkitt is actually an origin story of one of the characters in Kingmaker and Fury. And those I want to keep for free. They'll be smaller or shorter, more like novellas. Same with on Wattpad. Wattpad I want to use for my fan fiction because I love doing Star Trek shit. As soon as I get a chance to, and I have a great idea for Fallout. So yeah, I don't see. How do you tell who you're following? It doesn't show me. It just has my settings. I don't want my settings screen. I don't know. I'll figure it out later, I guess. Let's see. It shows me when you added something. Oh. Wildflowers by Moonlight, a Were Cow and Wolf novel, rough draft. Nice. Cool. Okay, well, I can get that. I just don't see. Am I looking for the series? Actually, I just wanted to know what Penumbra's Wattpad is because I don't know if I'm following you. Penumbra on Wattpad. Following. Here we go. Definitely not following you. Or on your profile page below your banner with your wall post. See, and I'm looking at it and it's not there on your profile page, right? My profile. Oh, there we go. I was in my settings screen for some reason. I told you I need to learn how to use it. Cool. Following two people, Inkitt and Penumbra. Don't really know anybody else on Inkitt. Does Neo have an Inkitt? I'll join you there. I need to read Wildflowers by Moonlight. The cover is catching my eye. I am following 494 people on Inkitt. I'm following one of them is Inkitt itself. Guess what I'm doing this weekend? Hopefully reading Shadows of Atlantic City and then giving me some feedback. I was looking at Wattpad. Can I find you by your number? Oh, look at that. Bam. Wildflowers by Moonlight. Okay, I'll follow you. Cool. Now I'm following you both Inkitt and Wattpad. Guess that too. How that you can track me. I guess, let's see. Yeah, now I can track you. It shows me when you're reading it. It doesn't tell me how far people are in the book though. It just shows me that when you're live of what chapters you're on. What is your Inkitt, Neo? I'll add you to my list while I'm at it. Let's see, tracking new software. Continue to work on the book cover. I talked about that. Oh yeah, because I talked about might have to change my image of the ship because it's a painting. It dawned on me as I'm getting ready to edit. I'm like, what if this is going to get me sued? I wonder if I can edit it enough to where if Google Lens can't detect where it came from, I might be safe. I'm really good in Photoshop. But yeah, I'm telling you, I'm still geeking out over the Wraith that's on the published glass on my storefront. His image came out so awesome. I'm hoping I can blow it up without losing the quality, but I have a feeling I'm gonna have to recreate it for something larger, because I want to put them on a tote bag, a black tote bag with a wraith on it, and notebooks. Oh yeah, he's got to be on notebooks. Oh, merchandising. I want to put him on fucking everything. Problem is, it's only a 600 by 600 pixel image, and so I didn't think of putting them on bigger stuff when I first made it. I just thought 600 by 600 is perfect. It's great. It's big enough. It's actually bigger than it is on the book, so that might be all right. And then I started scrolling through all the cool things I can add it to. I was like, damn it, I should have made it way bigger. It is at 300 DPI, so I should be able to make it bigger without messing it up too bad. So this week I'll try that. On Inkitt, if you want to see your story engagement, use the drop menu, select analytics, then the story you want to see, total reads, and chapter reads. Well, I've only got one book and it's only one chapter, so I don't necessarily think I need to worry about my stats at the moment. That is good to know. Use the drop down menu, select analytics, And yeah, look, I've had 40 reads total. I really need to finish that story. Awesome. All right, whatever. Okay, when to my profile, I'm only following 3 people. That's right. That's a lot different than 494. Neo Soul Rider? Yeah. Because I have a feeling one of the things I want to do for the channel is I want to do writing challenges for all of us. So like come up with a theme like once or twice a month of we have to write a 5,000 word or a 3,000 word story surrounding that theme. Mostly because I'd love to see if we all use the same prompt, how different the stories are. It's more of an experiment, really, of how you can take the same writing prompt, and then everybody comes up with a different story. And I want to figure out a way where we can share these on either on stream or on the community tab. It says you don't exist. MEOSOUL writer. People. There we go. I think this is more that I dove into Inkitt. I do like Inkitt. I think it has a lot of things. It has a lot of things that are better in my opinion than Wattpad. I still am a Wattpad loyalist, but I do really enjoy the Inkitt platform. So I really want to do more with it as soon as I get my other books done. Wattpad no longer tells us how many we are following. It does on mine. I'll go to my profile. Oh, it doesn't. Oh. I can count. I have 9 I'm following. I'm very selective. But it shows followers. Huh. I wonder why they did that. I don't get on Wattpad that often either. I think mostly because lately I've been trying so hard to get WriterSanctuary and my books done. So, sweet. Is there anything else I want to go over? Oh, I'm looking more into more in-person author events this week, hopefully. I did sign up with Read Between the Stars for October 4th, but it's more of an application. So I don't know if I'm in yet or not, but I would love to have Fury done before that happens. So that gives me until October 4th to finish writing, editing, and publishing Fury, which would be great because I think I published Kingmaker on October 3rd. KDP. Nope. October 9th. October 9th was Kingmaker. So if I can get Fury done by October 4th, I'd like almost be 2 years apart. That's sad. I've only got 2 books published. Plenty of time to do it all. And it shows me how many people I follow, followers, and blocked. Nice. Pikes Peak Library District now has a page for local authors, and I am trying to get on it. Awesome. Yeah, that Pikes Peak's a little bit far from me, but I'll be down. 2 books is still 2 books. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I wish I would have had more done by now, but I've had a lot of hiccups along the way. But I do have Shadows is done. Fury is 95,000 or 90 plus thousand words into it. That'll take me 2 more weeks to finish the first draft of that. 7 will be done here before July. 7's on Wattpad, so I'm still going to count it. And then the sequel to Shadows, I want to get started writing as soon as Fury's done. I want to bite off more than I could chew. So, yeah, all kinds of cool plans. I just got to stick with them. I do like what I'm doing with some of the writing sprints. If I do a Monday through Friday writing sprint thing, then I'm going to spend Thursdays and Fridays working on some of the other stories, like the one on Inkitt, Skeletal, 7, or even Despair during those. So those are going to be my fun project. What the hell? Why not? That type things. My serious books are going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So all kinds of goodness. At what point you had no books published? Yep, right about that. December or November 22nd, 2021, I didn't have a single thing published. Well, book-wise anyway. At one point you had no books published, then there was just one, so you can only add more from 2. Then you'll say, I remember when I only had 2 books published. That's more. Yeah. I remember when I only had Freelancer Tale published. Now I have Kingmaker. And I'm about to have Shadows. Shadows of Atlantic City. And I'll be going to college soon, hopefully. And yeah, things are looking up. I'm excited. But yeah, I'm looking for more author events that are nearby. There's been a couple since, like there was one in Castle or Colorado Springs. Then we had one here in Westminster and no, not Westminster, Commerce City. Just I haven't had a chance to look them up and jump in on them. Plus, I've been kind of broke. I can't afford the table fee. So, hopefully I can get more going. I did apply for Read Between the Stars. That's going to be $40. That'll be at the Stanley Center, the Stanley Marketplace, and that's relatively close to me. So, pretty excited about that. It's not a bad place. Much larger than the other one. So, I would love to be a part of that. Alrighty. What else we got going on? I think that's it. I think I talked about everything. So those are my plans for this week. Don't forget that I do have Sean Gregory will be on the show next Monday. We'll be talking about his books. He's a fantasy author. Actually, he reads everything, and he's got fantasy and I believe sci-fi stuff up on his website. Blog post will be coming out tomorrow if you're interested in that. Don't forget to follow WriterSanctuary.com. Subscribe to it and follow the blog. If there's anything that you guys need, questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and hit me up on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, or use the contact form at WriterSanctuary.com's website. And if you have at least one book published and would like to have a live interview on YouTube, use the author contact form. It's the author interview contact form. It's on the top of the blog, and we can get you set up. I can't think of anything else I want to go over tonight. So, aside from the fact that I really, really have to pee, I knew this was going to happen. I was thinking to myself, I should go to the bathroom before the show starts. I thought, nah, I'll be fine. Oh, I'm not. I'm going to eat dinner. Awesome. I had a protein shake. That was my dinner. Didn't necessarily have the calories for it. Of course, I also had a drink, so good times. I think that's. Oh yeah, I think I'm. That isn't food. Sure it is. It's Fireball. Whiskey's part of it's a food group. Are you talking about the protein shake? It's almond milk and optimum protein powder and collagen. It was salted caramel collagen, so it's salted caramel and chocolate. With the right almond milk, it tastes like a Milky Way. It's awesome. I mean, the protein shake is food. Well, it is when you. I had a kind of a heavy lunch. I had panko shrimp and a pork egg roll. So, whiskey's medicinal. Yeah, it is. Keeps me from getting stabby. No, I'm kidding. Oh, anywho, is there anything else you guys wanted to know or ask or have any questions before we get started? This week's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to getting the videos on track. Don't forget that I have got the Reedsy collaboration video coming up that shows you how to use the collaboration feature in Reedsy. I do have a schedule for a review of Focus Writer, which is a free writing app. It's supposed to be distraction free, so I'm hoping there's something more than just a word processor to it. I haven't looked at it yet. I wanted to give it a good shakedown with first impressions. So, like when I do stuff like that, I rarely ever look it up because I love to explore the software as it is. And so, giving first impressions of it. So I've got Focuswriter coming up, and then there's like 4 or 5 other writing apps I would like to do. So let's evening. All hail the feline overlords. Hey, thank you. Have a good evening, Maggie. Enjoy your dinner. Kind of late for dinner, ain't it? Must be. Oh, hey, look, I got my thing up. I'm doing the importance of confidence video. Best ways to something for blogging. No, best ways to practice your writing. I think I can only read so much of it because the screen's squished. I don't want to leave the chat screen to read it. So, but if all goes well, I will be working on a video every day for the rest of the week. That way, everything is caught up, and there'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos. BBQ chicken and cauliflower mash. Oh, BBQ chicken. I didn't think I was gonna like. I don't know about cauliflower mash, but I love cauliflower rice. Like cauliflower rice in stir fry is amazing. I liked it. I hate cauliflower. So, let's see. Last week's daily affirmation card was I have the power to create ideas and experiences that would not have existed otherwise. Some people can only dream of this type of platform. I will humble myself and use it wisely. Is it just me, or does these cards sound kind of arrogant? I'm telling you, the last 3 have been like dripping with it. All right. And this week's daily affirmation is I can find inspiration anytime and anywhere. Whenever I think I'm stuck, I just focus on my life's theme. What do I value? What do I stand for? Then I let my pen move in bed. No, I can find inspiration anytime, anywhere. I never have writer's block. I never get stuck. A big part of that is because of how I come up with ideas in the first place. Not only am I a plotter, where I have everything outlined of where I want to go, but there'll be times where I go for a walk out in the back, listening to music, and every book has a theme song. And the theme song, in my mind, I'm imagining what the song would be if it was a music video or a book trailer. So all the action scenes, dialogues, visual effects, facial expressions, even. So I'll envision it as I'm walking, and it gives me goosebumps. So I get inspiration from walking, listening to music, and then I come in and I put those ideas down in the outline, and it works great. And I'm so excited to try my hand at doing some live action trailers, which I really want to do this year, especially for Shadows. I would love to do it for Kingmaker and Fury, but that's going to require quite a bit of investment because of its fantasy. So the costumes alone are going to be expensive. Finding inspiration isn't my problem. It's acting on it or letting it pass that I struggle with. Yeah, well, you gotta strike where the iron's hot. It's like I said before, you can have all the cool goals in the world, but without action, they're nothing more than pipe dreams. So you got to put in the effort to make those happen. And for me, I do. And then when I come in, I write. I am a writer. First thing I think about when I wake up, the last thing I think about when I go to bed. Unfortunately, my life is so chaotic. But there's all kinds of ways you can get inspiration, get motivated. You just gotta sit down and do it. As simple as it sounds, that's pretty much what it is. At least for me, anyway. Um, I walk in for my walk, I sit down, I put it in the outline, and well, there's times where I only want to work on certain points of the story or something. I wind up writing a whole chapter. So, um, yeah, you just gotta figure out a way how to act on it, Get energized about your stuff. That's one of the biggest things I like. One of the biggest things that bugs me actually on social media. You get all of these people who wind up hating their work, and it's sad for me because I love everything I write. Now, is it like world class? No, but I love all of my stories. I love all of the characters I put out there. I thoroughly enjoy what I write. And there's times where I'm editing and I wind up getting sucked into the novel and I forget I'm supposed to be editing this. So I have to go back because I get sucked into reading. Um, you gotta love what you have to enjoy what you write. I'm a big believer in that. And once you do that, that's all you'll want to do is just write. So, anywho, I have got to go to the bathroom before my bladder explodes all over on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget that Relentless Tale and Kingmaker are both available on Amazon in paperback and ebook format. Kingmaker is actually also available on hardcover. If I think I'm going to change the merch store for Writer Sanctuary. I think I'm going to put in autographed copies of my book only on that store. And so I don't know if that'll tempt anybody, but those will be up soon. And yeah, I've got a lot of things going on. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always hit me up on social media. I'm way more active on Threads and Instagram and obviously YouTube. I do have Facebook and Twitter, but I'm rarely on those. So Twitter's turned into such a dumpster fire. See, I feel bad for those who begin to hate their worlds and words. I do too, Maggie. It's kind of, it's sad. Like, I love my shit. I don't know. Maybe we're just weird. But I see a lot of people who hate what they write. I'm like, then why write it if you hate it? Maybe it's just me. Alrighty. I'm going to call it a night. Have a good one, everybody. Sam and I will be on Crossing Colorado tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Don't forget that Sean Gregory will be with me next Monday for an author interview. We're going to be talking about all of his books and some gaming and a few other things that I've found through his socials. So it's going to be a good evening. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.